Okay, wonderful. So we can start. Today, I want to focus on something that is quite obvious, but maybe we don't emphasize it enough and pay attention enough. I call it Yin and Yang. And just a few words about this idea is that Yin and Yang is actually the basic of creation. The minute there is creation, there is Yin and Yang. When something moves into nothing and nothing into something, and we can feel it in our breathing. We know it in the cycle of the day, the seasons. Everything that is born has its manifestation, and then it dies, and then start again, and that goes through Yin and Yang process. So beside acknowledging it through our mind, it's very, very, very much important that we will pay attention to it in our body. And it has to do a lot with the way we are maintaining our existence. How much we are pushing yang, meaning doing, and as a result, maybe we don't have enough yin, meaning resting, or the contrary, how much we don't do, and then the yin becomes stronger, and then we have like a lethargy symptoms, that we don't want to do, and the yin overflows or overcaptures the yang. Yes, so it doesn't let the fire manifest. Normally, it's more the yang. It's more the yang that get too much used in our life, especially when we are in the production time of our life that we do, and we don't rest. And a lot of it has to do with our ability to pay attention to how much our system is in too much yang and need yin. Too much doing and need rest. Too much stretching and need support. And the main obstacle for it normally is not only that we don't pay attention, is that we, at least I can recognize it very much in my life, in my way of being, is more the ego that become very powerful and doesn't listen. Because let's say if during the summer I decided I'm going to be the best and the long distance swimmer, hence I had to swim every day. So when my shoulders start to be painful, I didn't listen to it because I have this ego identity of a swimmer. Okay? And then I didn't listen when it started to be more painful until I couldn't move it anymore. Finish. So this is classic example that although the body gave obvious symptoms of yin, slow down, the mind, the ego, didn't pay attention to it and push and stayed on yang. And the result, no yin and no yang. No, that's not true. As a result, I had to really, I had no choice but to be yin, meaning not to move, or not to move the arm, and to spend a lot of time in yin, meaning no movement. So this is happened to us all the time, either too much yang or too much yin, and then we suffering the consequences. So this meditation is to emphasize that aspect of self-maintenance in our life. So we really pay attention to it and really make sure that we are not doing too much of this or too much of that and harming ourselves. And especially to look at the ego, to look if there is something within us, ego-wise, that doesn't allow us to listen to the way we are acting on our life, on the planet. Okay, but just to make it more clear, more practical for this moment, let's start by paying attention to the breath, because this is the most obvious, clear yin and yang exchange. Okay, so we can sit comfortable, close our eyes, and just observe the breath, naturally how it moves from yang, which is the action, meaning the breathing, the in-breath or the out-breath, and then the spaces of no breath between them. In the yoga system, especially in the practice of a pranayama breathing exercise, there's a lot of emphasis on yin, meaning the space between the breath, and the kumbhaka, which is holding the breath. Yeah. And the idea is that as much as the yin elongates, then the mind, which is yang, can be controlled better. Okay, so we don't need necessarily to hold our breathing, but to understand that the space between in-breath and out-breath is as important to pay attention to than the actual breath or breathing process. So let's pay attention to this, especially to the space between in-breath and out-breath. And really pay attention to that impulse that changes from that space between in-breath and out-breath and make us either to inhale or to exhale. So really, let's pay attention to that space and this beautiful impulse that comes not from our mind, it comes naturally. Okay, and now let's let go of this breath awareness and let's do mind awareness, because it's the same idea. Yeah, thoughts are yang, and between thoughts is yin. So let's see if we can pay attention to that movement between yes thinking to no thinking. And obviously, no thinking and let's say slow breathing or even stop breathing goes together. So both yin are very relevant to each other. Yeah, that's why there is that practice in yoga of holding the breath in order to hold the thoughts. But there is no need to hold the breath in order to stop thinking. It just happens naturally. And now let's take another example in our body, which is the vibrations. So let's try to recognize that our body is vibrating. Just feel that it is alive and vibrating. Anywhere, it doesn't matter, your hands, your fingers, or the whole body, or your skin, anywhere that attracts your attention, pay attention that it's vibrating. Vibration, again, is more yang. It's very active action, although it's on energetical level, but it's very much a strong movement, which means more yang. And now, once you recognize vibration, let's shine awareness, which is the ultimate in, on the vibration. Yeah, awareness is just light. It's not really a movement, it's space. So wherever you encountering strong vibration, be aware of it. Shine in on the yang. And just give it time for yin and yang to talk to each other, to work with each other. And then as a result, the difference between yin and yang become more subtle. Yeah, so the vibration is not so obvious anymore. It's there, but it's much more subtle. And comes a deeper sense of peace, of bliss. So if you connected to one area that has high concentration of vibration, maybe now you're finding another area with strong vibration. Again, yang, apply yin. And let's widen our awareness, still working with vibration, and let's connect to the aura. Let's feel the aura around our body, the energy field surrounding our physical form. And normally you find it vibrating or illuminating in a certain way. Again, just apply awareness to whatever you're perceiving. Be aware of that, and it will harmonize. What does it mean it harmonizes? It means that it starts to become more like the yin. Yeah? The awareness which is yin is shine on the vibration which is yang, and they start to harmonize and to be alike. And that's why we gradually feeling better and better, because these strong differences between yin and yang diminishes, and everything becomes more subtle and more comfortable. And you know you're feeling better because you're feeling better. The yang of thoughts that were moving very, very fast become more yin, more quiet. The yang of vibration become more yin, more comfortable. The yang of a strong, rapid, maybe short breathing become more deep and quiet and comfortable, more yin. The need to go, to do, become more quiet, more yin, more stable, soft, present. So let's widen our awareness and invite it to open up and be the whole creation. Yes, so you let your mind expand to the whole creation. Your mind is the creation now. And again, try to perceive if this expansion of your mind to take the space of the whole creation give you a sense of yin or yang. Is it very agitating, strong light, strong movement, or is it very blissful, quiet? Whatever it is, it will always transform into very nice feeling, very nice experience. So keep your awareness and your mind infinite, the whole creation. So now, when we feel much more expanded, again, we're looking at yin and yang, because maybe our consciousness, our mind is really wide and infinite. But in the same time, maybe in the body, there's still left over of yang, meaning agitation. Yeah. So we are aware that I'm all there is, meaning the mind is infinitely expanded, but maybe there is sadness in the heart, for example. Yes, so there is some agitation which we can call yang, because it's very active and very disturbing. Yet all around it is yin, is soft, is beautiful, it's quiet. So let's call this area within our emotional system to synchronize with the infinite space, which is yin, which is quiet, which is blissful. We just call it, and it will harmonize, it will come. And then let's check. Maybe there's other areas of stimulation, of discomfort in the body, but we're looking at those areas not as the person, we're looking as the infinite consciousness, which we are. And we're looking, maybe there is area of a physical discomfort, or maybe another areas with tension, that holds tension. So whatever we're perceiving in the body, we're observing it as infinity. Remember that we must learn that we are everything. We are not this little person. Yeah. And when we meditate as everything, not as a person. In that everythingness, there is a person. But this person is that person, which you could call me, you, I, but in the same time, it's the whole creation. The same person is everything. You is everything. So there is no need to focus only on the yang, which make a lot of noise, which is the person. You can focus on the yin, which is the infinite space. It's as well you, it's just the yin part of you, not the yang, the noisy one, the troublesome one, the anxious one. Yeah. As much as we are in the yin, meaning the infinite space, the yang will be much more balanced, and we can do yang, meaning living our life, moving through our life, while being aware of the yin, which is the infinite space. So that's exactly what we're practicing now. Being infinite, being space, yin, while observing the human being of us and calling it to harmonize with the yin, which we are, with the infinite space. Okay, so this is complete shift of consciousness, because even when we do meditation or mindfulness or affirmation, many practices that are spiritual practices, we do it as the ego, as the person. Yeah, I'm mindful about my body, my chakras, my aura. Yeah, which is good. And now we kind of shifting everything upside down, and we are everything, not only this person. And as everything, we're balancing the person. Okay? So it's like the whole is balancing part of itself. Yeah? And not the part of itself only balancing part of itself. So this is the shift of consciousness we must understand and go through. Yeah, we be in this separate part, maybe millions of lifetimes, and that's enough. We can transform right now, right this life, right this moment. And just acknowledge, I am all there is. Yeah. And all there is yin, is soft, is quiet, is infinite. In that there is a soul, which we call me, I, you, that acts and forgot that it's everything, and it's acting as somebody, separating itself, from the self. And that's what we're doing. We're remembering who we are. We're awakening. Okay? So from that infinite space which we are, let's continue check in and see if there's other parts in our human existence that are still a bit noisy. Yeah, calling for our attention. And we don't collapse into them. We stay as infinity, and in a way calling them to the infinite being, not opposite. Okay, so we're scanning emotions. And just to make sure, we're focusing on the heart chakra, and we're calling the heart chakra to synchronize with the infinite being, am I. Not I am I, yeah? Because it's not personal. Let your heart chakra come to you. Let your heart chakra feel you, because you are all there is. So this could be a bit mind-blowing, because like we have two perspective in the same time. One from inside out, I feel my heart chakra expanding. And the second, from outside in, I'm everything, and I feel that I'm everything, and the heart chakra is opening. Yes, so it's two things, but it's one. Okay, and as yin and yang are balancing more and more, in the end, they cancel each other. No yin, no yang. Yeah. You know it because suddenly there's only awareness. You don't feel your body much. You don't feel emotion much. You don't feel anything much. And the most that you're feeling, let's say, is being. You know, I am. And that's it. Then yin and yang stopped, because you are before creation. Before they start to manifest, and in a way, manifest creation. The breath become the breath of creation. The love become the love of creation. The light is the light of creation. Yeah. So everything cancels into just being. The human being feeling is dissolving and dissolving and dissolving into just a sense of being. Yin and yang merged. The drop is ocean. Then you know exactly the truth. And this truth is not a thinking truth. It's the being, the ultimate being. And it just is. It's not Jewish and not Muslim and not Christian. It's not a male or a female. It's not today or tomorrow. It's not alive or dead. It is, always is, forever. Let's pay attention to the breath as all there is. Yeah, the breath is the breath of creation. Let's pay attention to love as all there is. The love is the love of creation. And let's pay attention to the light. It's the light of all there is. The light is the light of creation. What we cover here is crucial for our spiritual evolution. So if there are any questions about what we went through today, please get in touch and I'll explain more and more. Yeah. So you can connect through all the social media. There's so many ways to connect and ask questions in the meditation group or WhatsApp or whatever. And before we finishing, let's just take a minute to give so much gratitude that life brought us together tonight so we can reaffirm truth as it is. We can vibrate as truth. And let's visualize that this beautiful energy is spreading and shared among all beings on this planet Earth to everybody, because everybody must awaken to this truth, and as early as better for everybody. Thank you very much. And I just want to remind what I wrote in the meditation group and the Infinite Being community group, but also for those who are joining but they are not in our groups, that I want to encourage those of us that are joining the meditation daily, not daily, weekly, to become, to sign up for the membership of Infinite Being Academy through our website. And like this, you're supporting this project of spreading love and light and unity on planet Earth. Okay, it's a €50 subscription per year. It's not much, but it's something that you can do to support that more people be able to use this information, and the money that you're giving is used exactly for that. So we can bring this knowledge to more and more people, because this costs money what to do, and we need the money for that. Okay, so I appreciate if you can join the membership as well. There is a weekly talk I'm giving on Aura platform. It's an app that dedicates for spirituality and to support people in the spiritual development. So you're welcome to join this talk I'm giving every week on Wednesday at 5 Spain time. Okay, blessing to everybody. Bye bye.